The morning sun poured gold across the dusty streets of Capernaum, casting long shadows behind clay rooftops and weaving warmth into the marketplace walls. The city stirred early, not for trade, but for anticipation. Word had spread like fire through dry grass. Jesus of Nazareth was here. They came in silence and in murmurs, in clusters of hope and desperation. Some brought their children, others brought their wounds, but all came looking for one thing: the man who made blind men see and storms obey. Jesus walked among them without fanfare, yet the air thickened with awe as he passed. His steps were steady, his eyes set not on the crowd, but on a higher purpose. He had just left the house of Jairus, a synagogue ruler, agreeing to visit his dying daughter. But on the path to one miracle, another was about to unfold, one unscheduled by man but woven into eternity. The crowd pressed in like a living wall, hands outstretched, faces anxious, robes fluttering in the heat. People touched him, dozens at a time. Some tugged at his sleeves with hope, others out of curiosity. Palms brushed against his shoulders, elbows grazed his side. But then he stopped. In an instant, the sea of noise fell into silence. The teacher turned slowly, his gaze sweeping the crowd. His voice, calm but commanding, broke the tension like thunder in still air.
"Who touched me?"
The disciples blinked in confusion.
"Master, they're all touching you. The crowd is pressing in from every side."
But Jesus didn't ask for their explanation. His eyes narrowed, searching. He wasn't looking for a hand. He was looking for a heart. He had felt something no one else could. Amid the dozens of hands brushing his robe, one touch had pierced deeper. One touch had reached past the fabric into his very nature. And in that instant, something divine had moved not by accident, but in response to faith. He didn't need to say it. He knew. He had felt the shift like heaven itself answering a cry that never left the lips. Then she appeared. From behind the crowd, a woman emerged. She didn't walk, she trembled. Her body was frail, her eyes swollen with years of sleepless sorrow. She fell at his feet, the dust clinging to her robes like the shame she had worn for more than a decade. And then he looked at her. Not a glance, not a stare, but a gaze so piercing, so pure, so filled with divine knowing that it felt as if time itself slowed beneath the weight of his eyes. In that gaze, her entire story unfolded. He saw her 12 years of silent suffering. He saw the blood that refused to stop, a condition that, under the religious laws of her time, marked her as ceremonially impure. She wasn't allowed to touch others. She couldn't enter the temple. She wasn't welcome in her community. The doctors who failed her, the temple gates that closed, the crowds that parted like she was plague. He saw her crying alone in the dark, praying for healing long before she had the courage to hope again. He saw the moment she whispered,
"If I only touch his cloak, I will be healed."
And most of all, he saw her faith. She hadn't spoken a word. She hadn't explained a thing, but he knew. The moment her fingers grazed the fabric, a stillness fell upon her body. The bleeding stopped. Pain vanished. Strength, sweet and unfamiliar, returned to her bones. She didn't need confirmation. She knew. Healing had entered her like light into a cave. She would have left quietly, as silently as she came. She didn't dare approach him face to face. She had been told too many times that she wasn't worthy of holy ground. But he had already stopped. He turned because he knew her. Not her face, but her faith. Not her past, but her trust. And in front of a crowd that had called her cursed, he lifted her up and called her something the world had long forgotten.
"Take heart, daughter. Your faith has healed you."
She was no longer the bleeding woman, no longer unclean. Jesus healed not only in body, but in identity, in dignity, in soul. He didn't let her miracle stay hidden in the shadows. He brought it into the light. Because Jesus doesn't just heal, he restores. That day, many touched him. but only one stopped him. Not because she was bold, but because she believed. And Jesus, he always stops for belief. And the actual miracle wasn't just that her bleeding stopped. Maybe the greater miracle was that Jesus saw her when the others did not and chose to stop for her. And isn't that what we all desire today? To be seen, to be heard, to be known not for what we've lost or what we conceal, but for the faint hope still smoldering within us? We are living in a hurry-up world. A world that's all about loud voices, perfect shots, and round-the-clock performance. But Jesus is not like the world. He's not looking for perfect people with perfect prayers. He's looking for the real ones, the weary, the forgotten, the broken, the ones who don't even know if they have the right words anymore. Because it was never about the magnitude of your strength. It was always about the manner of your religion. And maybe you're wondering, is that still true today? If I'm hurting, is it really enough to just reach? To whisper? Yes. Ses. Because Jesus didn't stop for polished prayers or perfect people. He stopped for the quiet touch of faith. That woman didn't come with eloquence. She didn't even ask out loud. She came with trembling hands and a flickering hope, and it was enough to move heaven. So yes, even now, even in a world of 8 billion heartbeats, he still sees you. Not as a face in the crowd. Not as another broken story, but as someone worth turning around for. If all you have left is a whisper, if your faith is fragile, flickering like the last ember in a cold night, that is still enough. Because faith isn't measured by volume. It's measured by surrender. You don't need to know all the right words. You don't need to be strong. So if all you have right now is a whisper, if all you can manage to do is reach out amidst your anguish, your terror, your quiet, he sees that. He hallow that. And yeah, he will turn around for that. Because he is still the Messiah who turns around for one quiet touch. He is still the God who beholds the invisible. And he's still the one who restores to you what life has stolen away. So stretch. Even when you don't feel like you're enough. Even when all you can do is crawl. Even when all you manage to reach is the hem of his robe. Stretch. Because when you do, he will restrain. And when he is done, something in you begins anew. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay peaceful, stay faithful, and I'll see you in the next video.